Hello everyone, Jesse Webb, Traders Pro. Market conditions remaining bullish in a bull market. This current uptrend is getting a little bit tired right here. We'll look at a few of the indicators. Currently on the short-term timing indicator, we're focusing on the three parts that we have here is sentiment, breadth, and momentum. And I'm going to spend a little bit more time on these to begin the day. As this is approaching this upper range, there's going to be a few things that we want to see. You've seen the S&P 500 go from this low to this high all in one straight shot. That is just unsustainable. So this is an area now where we want to be watching for indication of potential reversal or retracement. More than likely, it's just going to be a retracement, but we need some kind of a pause right here, and we're starting to see the market getting a little bit tired. We are seeing momentum starting to pull back. Breadth has caught up, though. Breadth has looked really nice into this rally and starting to move higher. We're going to start looking for a couple of things. You can see on this market top right here and these indicators right here. Typically, when we see it, the momentum spike to the highest point above sentiment, and then we get a follow through. It's kind of hard to see right there, but we get a follow through with some divergence on breadth. So momentum, and I mentioned this yesterday, momentum leads its way down, then breadth moves back up again, and then moves back down, and then you end up getting a price pattern that looks a little bit more like this, where you've got momentum on top, and then you've got sentiment, and then you've got breadth, a little bit like that. So we're not there yet, but we're starting to get a little bit of that flavor right here. So we'll continue to focus on that each day. It's not a fast-moving process. It's going to unfold, obviously, because we are focusing on end-of-day signals to be able to look for that in the market. In addition to that, we want the support of the buy-sell ratio. So let's take a look at that right here. Buy-sell ratio, we're all the way back up above. We were almost 4 right here, 3.57 in this move, and historically in the back, if we look back here over these last few moves, we're up to 4.27. It dipped back down to 3, spiked up to almost 4 again. Right here was 3.5, 4. So we're at the upper range in terms of the buy-sell ratio, and starting to pause a little bit here. We'll see if we get one more move higher, and then things start to come back in a little bit for at least a counter trend or consolidation of S&P 500 in the markets as a whole. Sentiment also doing the same thing. This, as I mentioned yesterday, creates divergence oftentimes where price activity will give one more run higher, but this won't make a new high. We're in either camp right now, where we could see both create the market moving higher and the indicator as well. But nonetheless, we're at the upper range. That's the biggest point today, is that we're at the upper range of trend, we're at the upper range of buy-sell ratio, and we're at the upper range of really all of the momentum, breadth, and sentiment. They're all bullish trends right here, which is good. That's what we want to see. But the magnitude of that rally, as fast as it took, we may see some consolidation here. Let's take a look at some of the indexes here. We've got overall market conditions that are really still looking good, looking quite bullish, with everything moving higher. We've got volatility moving lower. We've been talking about some of the key factors with bonds. Bonds have been moving in this upper range over the last few weeks. Let's take a look at that chart pattern here. We've talked about this 382. Let me just remove the volume off that so we can see that a little bit better. And we've got our swing high, swing low. We've broken and closed decidedly here above the $90 range. And so we're up in this next momentum box, where we've got this working our way towards this 50% retracement. It's this direction because of the trend. So it's snapping swing high and swing low in this direction. Now we're moving against that. So each of these locations, as we move above those become support areas. So this should be good for interest rates, and the market should also like that going forward. The overall sector is also looking good right here, with everything still in green. We've seen a few things that have stuck right here and hold, but we haven't seen any of these shorter term trends move to the downside yet. And we've also been watching gold and oil. Let's just touch on those quickly here, because we're seeing the leading ETF here in terms of commodities is the steel, silver, and gold, and also timber. USO, which is oil. This is a price pattern we talked about the last couple of days, where we have this counter trend move inside of the 618 support area. Let me get this perspective like this. So we've got our retracement, this support area, good solid confirmation bar. Now it's pulling back a little bit. So we'll see if oil can break this direction or if it moves this direction back down. It's at an area where it could start to find some support and ultimately move higher. And then we also we've been talking about gold the last few days, because it has broken out to this upper range and looking nice, even on this 1 year time frame where we've got this a back up above that 236 into that momentum zone, and it could be just a real quick shot to that 191 range on GLD. Keep an eye on gold and those gold stocks. We talked about how to access those gold stocks when you go from over to the sectors page, over to the sector scan, and then we focus on basic materials right here. And so then you've got your list of stocks of gold. In fact, yesterday it was 20, it's up to 25. So we're seeing gold stocks that are starting to move to the upside. Let's take a look here at the muscle stocks group, any of the new buy list. The top of the list right here, EH, had a big gap higher, retraced. Now it's working its way back towards that upper end of that range. Let me switch this over to the 6-month time frame. And aerospace sector for that particular stock. Let's switch this over and go to here, SMCI. This has been a stock that's been consolidating now for most of the summer and fall. It was a high flyer last year and could be finding some support, working its way towards that upper range. If it could close up above this 290, 295 range, it could be a quick shot also to that 350 range. So keep an eye on SMCI as it's trying to build some momentum and some support right here. SMMT, biotech, really volatile, gappy looking. I would skip through that one. SPNT, I've noticed this one a few times in the last few scans. This is a nice looking pattern, nice looking uptrend with retracement, support at that 382, and now it's working towards the upper range of that price pattern. You can see that consolidation here with a confirmation bar. We'll see if it can get up into that upper momentum zone today. That'll do it for today's update. Everybody have a fantastic day today. If you don't have access to the software, you can sign up with the link below, and we look forward to having you. Have a great day today.